Okay, welcome back to another episode of Deal Hound. We are on the hunt for some more smoking deals. I'm Ron Douglas. Been buying and selling classic cars for years, flipping on marketplace, and people ask me all the time how to find deals. So I just decided to start this channel just to show people all the deals that are out there and what can be had. If you are on the hunt for a specific vehicle or classic car or just a daily driver that you want, feel free to list it down in the comments below, and I will add it to my search. I lean a little bit towards trucks and classic cars, some Toyotas, Suzukis, stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like I have a wide array. I've done some sports cars and stuff like that as well. Just depends on my mood and depends on what's out there and what I'm finding. Anyway, I just want to go over a couple of the vehicles that we previously went over, just to show. Like the Scout 80, obviously that one sold quick. That was $1,000. That was a no-brainer. The Cadillac, that one sold to a fellow deal hound that was watching the show and bought that. So good for you guys. I'm happy to hear that. And so that I believe that one is the very first one that was sold to somebody who watches the show. So this is episode 9 or 10, I think. I got to go back and look. And so we are, I believe this is episode 10. So this is pretty cool. And there's a couple on here. Oh, this one just dropped. I believe this one was $1,500 when I recorded it, and now it's down to $1,000. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case on this. I don't know. We've been looking at so many, I can't remember, but this is a good deal if you guys are in Ogden, Utah. These CRX HFs are becoming quite desirable. These are the 60 miles per gallon CRXs made in the 80s. So if you can get your hands on one of those, that is a good deal. The Mustang sold. I knew that was going to sell pretty quick. Obviously, that 57 Chevy sold. The Suburban sold. I knew that was going to sell pretty quick. That was a good deal. I'm surprised this Toyota hasn't sold yet. This is a good one if you guys are in LA. That's a clean-bodied Toyota 4Runner for that kind of money. This Mustang sold. This Mustang convertible, I knew that was a no-brainer. Look at that, $6,000 for a Mustang convertible. That was a good deal, and I'm not shocked that that's gone already. Okay, so let's move on to the new ones for today. We're going to start with this one. All right. This is a little weird. Like I said, this is my fourth or fifth time trying to record this, so I've already talked about this. I've already shown my excitement about this car like 5 times, but I'm going to give it another try. So this one is awesome. This is, I wish it wasn't a 318 car, obviously. I wish it was a 440 car or a 383 car, but then again, it probably wouldn't be $1,500. So that's a good deal. Let's see here. It is the motor. He says the motor's not seized, but it's been parked for 20 years. But it does have a title. So I'm not sure what's wrong with this car or what the deal is. But these 318s, they're not hard to fix. They're not hard to get running. Obviously, you're probably going to need to clean the fuel system. It does look like it has a little bit of rust here in the back quarter. But other than that, I love, you know how I am about these two-door highway bombers. This thing is a big old Luxo barge you can cruise down the highway in. And I love these cars. So for $1,500, I think this is a good deal. I don't think it'll last. If you're in the Northwest, this is probably a deal to grab. Okay. Next one. Oh yeah, this one, guys. This one is a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer. Okay, extended cab, long bed, two-wheel drive, 460. I've sold these big bumpers like this. I've sold these big bumpers for like $800, and they want $1,000 for the whole truck. So this is a no-brainer as well. I'm pretty excited to see this one pop up. No rust. Look at that. No rust over the wheel wells here. No rust down the quarter or down on the bottom. The roof line, you can see these are pretty common to rust out, and this one doesn't have anything there. It does have, let's see, nothing along the hood lines. Above the window, this is where they start to rust. Nothing there. It does have a little bit. It is automatic, so that's a sweet ride. Yeah, this is a good deal. Man, if you can't make money off $1,000 truck like this is I don't know what to tell you. He does say the 460 is seized. Not sure why, but even with the locked up motor, look at that, rust free. Yeah, rust free floorboards. Yeah, that thing is clean. $1,000, that's a no-brainer. Okay, there is starting a little bit here, but that's totally fixable and totally. Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about that. That's not enough to scare me away from $1,000 truck. Yeah, I'd be all over that one, guys. You probably get most of your money back just by selling that bumper if you wanted to. Yeah, that's a good deal. Yeah, even the bed's not beat up, the floor's not wavy. Oh man, that is, yeah. All right, guys, that's a good one. Okay, on to the next one. Oh, okay, so this is a good one. All right, 283 original motor, original sheet metal. I'm not sure if it's original motor, actually. Sorry. I've been looking at so many of these. I can't remember. It is a 283 with a 4-speed, but I'm not sure. It could be a 3-speed, actually, because it just says manual transmission, but I am assuming it's a 4-speed. Let me look here. Yeah, there's no way to tell, but I am pretty sure it's a 4-speed car with a 283. But it is original sheet metal, solid floors, solid body, clean interior, as you can tell. Look at this. The interior is clean. Okay, so here's my take on this. And again, this is a little weird because I've said this 4 or 5 times, but you're only hearing it for the first time. The recordings keep failing. But these Baby Moons, I like them. I like these Baby Moon rims, but for some reason, they don't bring the money. So I would take these wheels and tires off of this car and swap it for something else. And you have a $35,000 car sitting here if just literally only swapping the wheels and tires. I don't know what it is about the Baby Moons, but for some reason they just don't bring the money. You can put a different set of wheels on it. You can put I've seen the spoked wheels, the wire wheels. They tend to bring some good money. Anyway, look around, look at different '57 Chevy pictures, and see if you can't spot a nice wheel combo that goes with it. But a Belair in the mid-20s is low priced. Okay, he didn't take any pictures under the hood, so I don't know how clean it is under the hood. But if it's as clean as the rest of the car, this is a $35,000 car all day long. Just swap out the wheels and tires. That's all you got to do, and you're in the money on this one. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is clean. I love it. Yeah, this is a good deal. I love that the interior is already done. This car just needs minimal work to flip. Yep. Just minimal work. You can literally drive this one for the whole summer, enjoy it all summer long, Well, summer's almost over, I guess, August, September. But anyway, you can drive this all summer long or drive it all next summer or keep this for a couple of years and still make 10 grand on it. So, yeah, this one's a no-brainer in my opinion. Hard to find a Belair this clean for in the 20s. All right, next one. Okay, you know how I feel about these Broncos. Here's the interesting part. The Broncos have not figured out their place yet, these full-size Broncos. We all know that the first-generation Broncos have shot through the roof in their values. And then you got the new Broncos that are out that are ridiculously high, you know, $75,000, $80,000 for a Bronco or more. And so these Broncos have not really found their place. And so you've got an interesting thing. You got some of the crowd that just finds no value in them or very little value, because you used to be able to buy this for $300 to $500, you know, 10 years ago. And then you've got the crowd that is finding clean, low mileage ones and selling them for $15,000 to $20,000 already. So you've got the combination between the two, and so that's where we're at with these. This one is a rust-free. I mean, look at this, you know, pretty rust-free. I believe the tailgate is the only thing that has rust on it. We've got a little bit of a whiskey ding here, but nothing bad. He says the motor is locked up on this one. Okay, so let's go through this here. He says something about there's water in the cylinder and it seized the motor. He's added some oil and diesel to the cylinder and trying to break it free. I am not sure why that's happened, because these are you know, pretty much a bulletproof motor. Not sure what's going on there. Maybe it blew a head gasket and it sat for a long time with a bunch of water in one of the cylinders. Anyway, you can find a running motor for this for $300, and you know, find a mechanic to swap it in for $500 if you don't want to do it yourself. So, you know, even $1,000. You know, you can find a mechanic to do it for $1,000. So $500 to $1,000, and a motor for $300 if you can't get this one running. This is a factory. Okay, so this is a little weird. Somebody had added clutch pedals in this. It looks like they were going to do a 4-speed swap in this at one time, because you can see that it's still got the park, reverse, neutral, drive, and the dash. So this is an original, which is rare. This is an original inline 6 automatic with a C6. So I can't tell you how desirable this drivetrain is for the people that are in the know. Inline 300 with a C6 behind it is literally a bulletproof setup. And I say bulletproof, and here it is with a bad motor. But you know what I'm talking about. These 300s, you know, when cared for correctly, these things will run forever. This is a great combo, and a clean truck. If you got this running, I would seriously list this one at $8,500, because you just don't see this combo. Most of them are 4-speeds. This is a super rare combo. Almost all the automatics were V8s. I very rarely see an inline 300 with a automatic behind it. So anyway, this is a good deal, guys. I would jump on this if I was you. All right. Let's see here. What do we got here? Oh, here's another great deal. All right. If this one isn't worth your subscription, I don't know what it is. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Here's another one that's a no-brainer. That double your money on. Look, you see the rockers? Rust-free. Clean rockers. Aftermarket wheels and tires. I don't know why he keeps taking pictures of his rims. See, you can tell this is owned by a young kid because he's got 5 pictures of the rims and hardly any pictures of the truck, and they're all sideways. Good gravy. But look at this. No rust in the fenders, no rust in the corners, cab corners, and no rust in the bottom of the doors. This is this is a good deal. You can see that there's no rust down on the bottom here, all along the truck, and the let's see, yeah, so it's a 77. You can tell how low it sits. It's not a high boy, so this is a late 77, 77 and a half. But these are still desirable. This is a four-wheel drive truck that has very minimal rust. I'm not exaggerating. I have sold trucks in this condition for $8,500. So this one is way below where it should be. I'd offer them $2,500. Clean it up a little bit and flip this thing for, you can easily list it for $6,500 and do well with this. Yeah, this is a smoking deal. I'm surprised it's 9 weeks old. Honestly, I have no idea why this is still on there. I have sold about 20 of these trucks, these F-250s, and a running driving one in this condition. Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, $6,500 all day long on the low side, $85 on the high side. So there you go. That's a smoking deal. All right. Now we're moving down to California. It looks like. So this one's kind of cool, guys. I didn't post this because I think you should buy. I don't know nothing about these. I've never been into like vintage Airstreams or anything like that. I just posted this just because it was cool as heck. I've never seen anything like this before. And then I was reading the description and I found out that this is a one of a kind. This was a custom made by J.J. Powell, and he worked at Douglas Aviation in the 50s. So he built this, and I guess he was going to like manufacture these or something, or thought about it or something like that. Anyway, he built it using aircraft construction from his knowledge working at Douglas Aviation. I don't know much history on this. I meant to do some more research on this, but this is just kind of cool. I don't think it's worth $18,000. Maybe it is. I am not in this wheelhouse. So, but look at this. This thing is fascinating. Check this out. Watch this. Boom. The top comes off, and now you got yourself a boat. This thing is awesome. I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, if I was into these things, I would be all over this thing. I just think it's cool as heck. And you look at that. It's got the old motor. Yeah, what is that? I'm not into boats, so I don't know. That's definitely a vintage original motor. Slap the motor on that thing and cruise around the lake. I believe that's what it's designed for, is just cruise around the lake and camp. This thing is so cool. I love it. I love it. I think that is probably one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time. Anyway, I don't know much about these. If you guys know anything about these things or what the value is, or anybody has any history on this, post it in the comments. I would love to learn more about these. Or obviously it's one of a kind, so there's not another one out there. But if you know any backstory on this, I would love to. Or you have any input on this? I think it's cool as heck. Anyway, if you guys think it's cool, post it in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys have to say about that. All right, moving on. This is a no-brainer deal too. I mean, look how clean this one is for a 69. This is oh my gosh, clicked on the wrong thing. Sorry, guys. All right, 69. It's clean. It looks like I did spot one little. Looks like it has one little bubble in the paint right there, maybe. But I'm not seeing anything else. This is a really, really clean Volkswagen. I would try to talk him down to $5,500 if you can get it for $5,500 or $5,000. Even better, but I think this is worth $8,500. I really do. You just don't see them this clean. Usually when they're this clean, they're pushing that $10,000 mark. So yeah, I would snap this one up and list it for $8,500. Yeah, that's a clean one. Look at that. Look at that motor. I mean, it's got the original intake or air filter. Yeah. This is just really clean, and you can tell that. I'm sure it's been repainted, but they did it right. They didn't paint over the rubber gaskets. See these rubber gaskets that go around all the fenders, and the rubber gaskets around the. So obviously the car was disassembled and then painted, and then reassembled correctly with brand new rubber in all the fenders. And anyway, this is a good deal, guys. Somebody's spent a lot of time on this car. This is a really nice car. That's a for sure buy. Okay. Now we're going up to the next list here. Let's see. Okay, we're going to start with this one here. Oh, yes. Okay. You know how I like my Torinos. If you followed me at all, you know that I like the 7071 Torinos. This is a 429 Cobra Jet 4-speed car in the correct colors of black with red interior. Check this out. This is a beautiful car. And I think he's way too low. I think he's 10 grand too low, to be honest with you. I see these selling in the 30s all the time. So I would snap this up and list it for 35. This is a good deal. I would confirm it's a numbers matching to get that 35. Even if it isn't numbers matching, it would be in the around 30. So you maybe 28.5. But a numbers matching one is definitely, you're pushing almost 40. Actually, I've seen them in the 40s already. I don't know if they've sold in the 40s, but I know that they're listed in the 40s. So, but I have seen them sell for 35, 38, somewhere in there. So yeah, this is listed way too cheap, guys. It's interesting because, for such a muscle car, I'm surprised that most of these, very rarely do you see them with bucket seats, center consoles. Most of the time they're bench seat cars. But anyway, this is a great deal. Great buy. Yeah, I would jump on that for sure. And like I said, it's the right colors. It's not a funky color or something like that that's off. It's a great combo. Okay, what's the next one? Oh, yeah. So this one's interesting, guys. Okay, so this one he's got a 351 Windsor under the hood, a 5-speed transmission. He's got power windows and power locks, so somebody's put some money into this thing. It has a few scratches in the paint, nothing major, but it is a good runner. It looks good. It's a good driver. This is a good cruiser, good show up at Cars and Coffee with kind of rig. And he says that the carburetor needs rebuilt, and he's got an overheating problem. The electric fan, the fan isn't keeping it cool enough. So that's not too hard. I mean, you can put drop in an aluminum radiator, put electric fans on it, whatever. Either way, not too hard to get that fixed. And then you got yourself a $15,000 car here. So I would try to talk him down to 8,500 if you could. If you can get him down to 85, even 9 grand, and then spend $500 on a radiator and a couple $100 on a cooling fan. For less than $1,000, you can get this thing, and that's rebuilding the carburetor too. I mean, I would say you got $1,000 into it, and this thing would be a $15,000 car. So let me go back. Did I just spot something? No, I thought that might have been Bondo there, but no, it looks looks good. This is a good car, guys. This is a $15,000 car, in my opinion. So, it does have aluminum radiator already. Interesting. So, yeah, you don't have to spend any money on the aluminum radiator. You're just going to figure out why it's overheating. I bet you anything he doesn't have a shroud. I bet that's what it is. You got to put a shroud on the other end of this. If he's just sucking the air through, but not through the shroud. I bet you that's the problem. Yeah, maybe build a shroud on this and force that air through there. Anyway, yeah, this is a good deal. Make quick $5,000 on that one. Yeah, check that out. So that's the power windows, power doors. I personally would never spend that kind of money to put that in, but it's already done, so hey, might as well. Was this an air-conditioned car? I didn't catch. No, it doesn't look like. No AC. You put power windows and locks, but you didn't put AC in it. That's interesting. But anyway, that's a great car. Great purchase. Great deal. All right. Oh, I already did that one. Oh, okay. So I love these power wagons. But honestly, I don't know how much room is in this. I think there's room here. I have been out of the power wagon world for so long. I don't know what they're going for. And I didn't research it. I didn't have time. Like I said, I've been recording this thing like 4 or 5 times trying to get this out to you guys. So I am not sure if this is a smoking deal or if this is a good deal or if this is a fair deal. But I know that these old carryalls are really hard to find. And especially the windowed ones. Excuse me. But, no motor, no transmission. But I still think I love these things. And I would seriously be looking at this closely if I was in the market for one. So you just don't see them, and you don't see them this rust free. This is pretty clean. I mean, it looks like, oh, I'm not sure. I think they cut that off. I don't think that was rusted out. I think they cut that off. But anyway, yeah. I mean, this is a sweet old rig. Set up for quickly set. You could quickly put a different drivetrain in this, aftermarket drivetrain if you wanted, or finding an original drivetrain to slap back in it. But I am positive this is a good deal. I'm just not sure how good a deal. Again, I just don't remember what these things are bringing, but I do know these are super hard to find, especially in this condition and this complete. So if you guys are interested in a power wagon, that's a good one. All right, moving on to Phoenix. Oh, yeah. This one. So 84. Yeah, you got an 84 D150 short bed, 4-wheel drive. This is a no-brainer too, guys. It was a 360 automatic car. And he's got a carpet kit to go with it. And it's pretty rust-free. Excuse me. This, I think I've, again, like I said, this is my 4th or 5th time recording this, so I think my voice is starting to go. But anyway, this one is a really good deal. Finding a headlight assembly, that's not that hard. I'm not sure why it doesn't come with it. Maybe it does. Maybe it's in the bed. Who knows? But this is a good deal. This is a really good deal. This is a $5,500 truck the way it sits. And when I say the way it sits, I mean, put the carpet in it and put the grill in it. And really, that's it. I mean, don't do anything else. Make sure it runs good. Okay, what do we got here? Does he have the headlights assembly? No, not that I'm seeing. No, but he has AC. That's kind of weird. Yeah, it's an AC truck, automatic. Man, this is a good deal, guys. I'm telling you, this is at least a $5,500 truck, if not more. Yeah, good deal. Old school roll bar on it. Man, this is, yeah. I'd be all over this thing. Yeah, you can make some money there. Okay. We're going to the other side of the country. This is Kentucky. Oh yeah, this was the Scrambler. Okay, so this is a CJ8, and these are selling. Okay, in nice condition, in nice drivable condition. All one color. In decent shape. They're selling for anywhere between 25 and 35,000. This one has good seats in it, nice center console, a solid body, runs good as you can tell, and it's complete. But it's different color, a little bit odd. It's not perfect. And so he's asking 15.9. I think he's at a fair price. It's not a smoking deal price, but certainly a fair price, especially for a rust-free, fairly rust-free. The motor mounts were the body mounts, not the motor mounts. I've been saying this too many times. The body mounts were solid. Oh, yeah, there they are. See, body mounts are solid. There's no rust around the body mounts. Matter of fact, he's put new mounts on it. Yeah, he did a piss. Whoever did this did a piss poor job on that. So that needs fixed. Get a professional spray and bed liner on this thing. I'd probably bed line the whole tub, and you're golden. It's got the it's a 4-speed with a Dana 300 TK. So yeah, you can't go wrong with this setup. This is a good deal, guys. You could definitely make some money on this one. Yeah. I'd talk them down to at least 15 solid. And if you did it at 15, I'm pretty sure you can get 18.5, maybe even 20 for it. Especially in Colorado. I know for sure in Colorado. So that's a good deal. All right. And okay, so this is the Thelma and Louise. If you guys are familiar with that movie, 66 T-Bird, or did they have a 64 T-Bird? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was a 66 Tbird Convertible that they had in that movie. Anyway, this is a clean. So this is a perfect example of fixing. Doubling your money with just soap and water. Okay, he's got a picture of it sitting in the weeds with moss all over it and tree sap. I mean, just clean it up. Just give it a bath and clean out the interior. It looks like I think that's a tree branch right there in the way. I don't see any rust down low. I think you're good on this. But look at this. I mean, he's got. Clean this crap up, man. Detail this thing out. Look at all those leaves stacked up against the tree. Just spend an entire week super detailing everything on this thing. Clean all this with a toothbrush. I mean, just make it look sparkly. And you can double your money. Obviously, if get it running. Make sure it's running. Put the seats back in it. God, stupid stuff like this. This is just sheer laziness. Just put this stuff back and get it cleaned, and this car will bring 15 grand. Guaranteed. Well, I can't guarantee. You gotta watch what I'm saying now that I'm doing this online. Make sure I'm not making financial commitments or investing advice. This is not investing advice. I'm just saying that I've seen these cars sell for 15 grand in this shape with just cleaned up and detailed out and running. So whatever it takes to get the car running, usually it's cleaning up the fuel system and rebuilding the carburetor, maybe new plugs and wires, and you're golden. It's got a 390 under the hood. That's a pretty bulletproof motor, C6 transmission. This is golden. Detailed out. These, restored, these are selling for in the 30s. So a nice driver could easily sell in the 15s. I don't think it would take much to make that happen. It's got the old sway away steering. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but you see this little square right here on the steering column. So this whole steering column moves over. You flip a lever, and the whole steering column will move over so you can climb out. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool little. I like these Tbirds. I am not a fan of the hardtop ones. It has to be a convertible for me. The hardtop ones, I just think the roof line looks weird. It doesn't look that weird to me when it's a convertible, especially when you drop the top. Then it looks really good. I think they just messed up on that top, the original designers, but that's just me. Okay, moving on. The last one, I believe, is I've done it 5 times. I should know. This is a CJ8. Yeah, another CJ8 Scrambler, 7,500. He's definitely too low on this. It's funny because the first time I recorded this, I talked about it and didn't even mention the hardtop. The hardtop's sitting in the bed. You can see that it's pretty rust-free on this side. I believe the other side had a little bit of rust right here. I'm not sure what's going on right here. You need to check this out. But this does look pretty rust-free, the rest of it. Get this thing running. I believe he said it ran. Oh, that was the other thing on this one. Oh, so this one is this is an automatic. Not very many of these Scramblers came with an automatic. Inline 6 automatic with a Dana 300 T case. This is a good deal, guys. Good deal. Especially for a unique one with an automatic. Okay, so there's so there's a little bit of rust in the tub there. That's from that one picture that I was talking about. So there's a little bit of rust here. I still think this is a $12,000 to $15,000 ride, running and driving. So get it all cleaned out. Again, this is another one of those. Clean out the interior, clean out the leaves, make it presentable. Maybe take the center piece out and paint that, make it look good. Get this foo-foo thing off the steering wheel. I would take these bolts out. I would take these bolts out of this out for the windshield and just paint them. Then put them back in, paint them black, put them back in. Small things like that is all it takes to make this thing presentable. And like for instance here on this rust. See how this rust on the one, just spray this with lube, and then 2, just get the rust streaks out of there. See all these rust streaks? Just clean all that up, and that will make it look like 90% of the rust is gone just by cleaning up all the rust streaks. Get rid of all this mold here, clean it all up, detail it out. I'm telling you, this is a $12,000, $15,000 daily driver Scrambler. Yeah, all day long. Okay, guys. Hopefully that works for you. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Because please give me a freaking subscribe on this. I've recorded this thing like 5 times. This is my 5th time recording it. So hopefully this went through. It looks like it did. I'm super excited to share this with you guys. There's some smoking deals in this episode. Because there's $5,000 here, $5,000 here, $5,000 here. Close to $5,000, at least 3,500 here. Yeah, there's plenty. There's $10,000 here. Yeah, there's a lot of money to be made on it. There's another $10,000 here. This one, I'd be shocked if you can't make at least $4,000 or $5,000 on that one. Yeah, so this episode's got several thousands of dollars worth of opportunities here. Jump on these, subscribe to the channel. Again, I appreciate it, guys. I'm just starting this out. Hopefully you guys are liking it. If you have any suggestions on anything you'd like me to look at or change about the channel to make it more viewer friendly for you guys, feel free to post in the comments. I'll read the comments and I will respond. Thanks, guys.